life, the bright lights, the type the crowd likes. Where you at, ballers? Ladies love me and men, they wanna be me, they pay to come see me. Where you at, ballers?
Pelicans at Pacers, NBA shot clock. Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. An official play on the Pacers -5. The Pacers come into tonight's game off a home loss on Monday against Toronto. A home loss on a back-to-back where this team has underperformed all year. Indiana is 2-9 ATS on the second leg of a back-to-back, but they bounce back well. 5-3 off those specific losses, and more importantly, 5-1 ATS, staying at home off a previous home non-cover. Tonight's opponent, the Pelicans, come into the game on a 3rd-and-4 road back-to-back off a win in New York City last night. New Orleans is 0-2 ATS on the second leg of a back-to-back if played on the road at the East, both in this division. One on December 2nd at Chicago, a 6-point loss. A Chicago team who is far worse than upstart Indiana, and a blowout loss, 141-117 at Milwaukee. Speaking of blowout losses, back on December 26th, 2022, Indiana did take a 20-point loss in New Orleans. For those of you guys who know this team, I'll tell you something obvious. Indiana is a vastly different team this year than they were in 2022, and the line is connecting with that narrative. In that game, New Orleans was -4.5 at home. This is Indy -5. This indicates a double-digit win tonight. By Indy, an official play, NBA shot clock on this Wednesday, and let's cash this ticket.
Mavs at Raptors. Junior Browne back with NBA shot clock on this Wednesday, February 28th with another free pick. And we're rocking with the Mavs -3. Same reason we took the Mavs last night. I still think the market and the general public is undervaluing the new look Mavs. A Mavs team that has so many lineup combinations that they could use that was not possible before. The best point I could make to that is the fact that Derek Lively Jr. started 47 games for the Mavs. Yesterday played 6 minutes. The game before that he played 15 minutes. And that's what happens when your talent increases. People go back to the roles that they're supposed to be in. Derek Lively Jr. should not be a starter for a team that thinks themselves to be a contender. That being said, I do understand this Toronto Raptors team has won 3 games in a row, but guys, I've preached this since the beginning of the season. It's not just about wins and losses. It's about who you beat and who beats you. Toronto beat Indiana. Very impressive win, but Indiana are the 26th worst defense in the league. They beat the Hawks, the 29th worst defense in the league. They beat the Brooklyn Nets, who have basically quit on their season and you can say are probably the worst team in the league as of right now. No impressive wins there for me. Dallas is a huge step up in competition. Dallas is in a situation where they're fighting for their lives to avoid the play-in game. The Western Conference play-in situation is going to be the story of the second half of the season. Dallas is a game and a half back of their division rivals, the New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans is in 5th in the West. Dallas is in 8th in the West. That's how tight the race for 6th place is going to be. I expect Dallas to get back on track tonight, pick up a W, cover the spread, and of course, cash us this ticket, y'all.
Grizzlies at Timberwolves, 8 o'clock, Target Center. A top lean in this game, Timberwolves -11.5. Minnesota is on the 4th game of a 7-game homestand to open up the second half of the season. And to be honest, they have been poor on this homestand, taking a loss against Milwaukee, a real pedestrian backdoor cover against lackluster Brooklyn, and another non-cover last night against the Spurs. I think this is where you want to buy low on a team that is sitting with the 1 seed in the Western Conference, and fade a Memphis team coming off a 5-game homestand, going on the road for 1 game before they return to the grindhouse, where they have underperformed with this new young group, going 1-3 ATS in the first game of a road sequence. Minnesota is 3-0 ATS and straight up against this young Memphis group this year, and the line is holding heavy strength at at open at minus 12.5. In the most recent game, Minnesota did get them by 15, 118-103. We see a similar game tonight. It might come in the fourth quarter. Minnesota should get them by at minimum 13 points. It is NBA Shot Clock. We want to bring you guys a top lean and an angle on every game. It is J.A. Cavalier, the Shark, and Junior Browne. Please bet responsibly, and let's dominate.
Cavs at Bulls. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Wednesday, February 28th with another free pick, and we're rocking with the Cavs team total over 110.5. Now, this is not a great spot for the Cavs. I'm actually going against the numbers here, something that I really try not to do. Cleveland on the second half of back-to-backs, they averaged just under 106 points per game, which is a terrible number, which is why this team total is only 110.5. I'm still taking them because I watched so much Cleveland basketball in the last 2 months because it's one of the tickets that's cashed for me the most. And I watched the last time they played Chicago where the final score was 108-103. So Cleveland did not get over the 110.5 team total. But that game was played at an insanely slow pace, which is what the books are assuming is going to happen tonight because Cleveland plays at their slowest pace on the second night of back-to-backs. And the same thing for Chicago, who are one of the slowest paced teams in the league, regardless of who they're playing or what night it is. I say all of that to say, look at last night as an example as to why I think Cleveland's going to get over 110.5 points. The Dallas Mavericks played well enough to win and should have won that game. But Kyrie and Doncic were the only two players on that team with double-digit shots. Last night, Donovan Mitchell had 20 shots, and the Cavs still had 6 players get double-digit field goal attempts. That's a proper team. That's a team that's clicking, that has continuity, that has belief, has players playing in their proper roles. Give me the Cavs, the better team, to score over 110.5 points, and of course, cash us this ticket, y'all.
Kings at Nuggets, 9 o'clock, Ball Arena, Denver, Colorado. The buy hat is engaged. Best bet on this Wednesday, Denver minus 7.5. Denver are the champs, and Denver has lost 3 times this year to Sacramento. Mind-blowing, I know. We took a loss in the previous one on February 14th. Going away to the All-Star break, Denver melted off a 16-point lead at home to only score 98 points to a Sacramento team that does not defend the basketball at all. Go back to 2 previous losses, both on the road at Sacramento. Sacramento won the 3-point battle in both of those games by significance, plus 30 and plus 21. And Denver was on a back-to-back in both of those games, off prior big wins at Phoenix and at the Lakers, respectively. This is the 4th matchup of the year. This is the heaviest line of all 4 for Denver. Books are telling us one thing. Sacramento's not getting them 4 times, and Denver will be absolutely juiced for this matchup. We expect margin tonight, a 10-point win at minimum. It is NBA Shot Clock. On this Wednesday, best bet of the day, Denver minus 7.5, 1 unit.
Lakers at Clippers. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Wednesday, February 28th with another free pick. Rocking with the Clippers, minus 3.5, and I'm going to keep this one short and simple. I'm getting the much better basketball team at a discount. I have this game graded as Clippers minus 5.5. I'm getting it at 3.5. Who am I to pass up on a sale? In all seriousness, yes, I understand that the Clippers look bad since the All-Star break. But again, guys, small sample sizes, it's 3 games. Yes, they're averaging 105 points per game, which is atrocious. However, the Lakers are not a good basketball team. So I don't understand why this line would be so short. I find the line a little bit disrespectful to the Clippers. I do understand that Paul George is out, but that's not enough for me to only be laying, or for this line to be that short, excuse me. So I will gladly take advantage of this sale. Clippers minus 3.5. To get back on track, let's go ahead and cash another ticket, y'all. Thank you for rocking with us.